Let them speak. How to say thank you. Please repeat. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you so very much for coming. Thank you a lot for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks so much for coming. Thanks very much for coming. Thanks so very much for coming. Thanks a lot for coming. Thank you for not telling him. Thanks for not saying that. Thank you so much for not bringing that. Thank you very much for teaching. Thank you a lot for calling. Thank you for being kind. Thank you so much for being nice. Thanks very much for being helpful. Thank you very much for being safe. Thank you for not being noisy. Thanks very much for not being angry. Thank you so much for not being impolite. Thanks very much for not being jealous. Thank you for being honest. Thank you so much for not being worried. Thank you for the money. Thanks for the food. Thanks so very much for your advice. Thank you for the books. Thank you a lot for calling him. Thanks very much for studying that. Thanks for not yelling at him. Thanks so very much for not being lazy. Thanks so much for being careful. Thank you for the coffee. Thank you so very much for waiting. Thanks so much for not smoking. Thank you so much for helping him. Thank you for the car. Thanks so much for not changing it. Thank him for coming. Thank her very much for going. Thank John a lot for helping. Thank them so very much for coming back. Thank them so much for waiting. Thank him for not selling it. Thank her for not complaining. Thank her very much for not taking it. Thank him for remembering me. Thank John for not talking about her. Thank Mary for not fighting. I would appreciate it if you would come. I would appreciate it if he would help. I would appreciate it if they would come back. I would appreciate it if they would help. I would be grateful if you would study. I would be grateful if you would call her. I would be grateful if you would forgive her. I would be grateful if you would stay there. I would appreciate it if you could come by. I would appreciate if he would listen. I would appreciate it if you could talk to him. I would appreciate it if he could drive there. I would be grateful if you could send it. I would be grateful if you could finish it. I would be grateful if you could turn it off. I would appreciate it if you came. I would appreciate it if you didn't smoke. I would appreciate it if you helped her. I would appreciate it if you cleaned it. I would be grateful if you changed it. I would be grateful if you contacted her. I would be grateful if you didn't go there. I would be grateful if you paid me tonight. I would appreciate it if you didn't complain. I would appreciate it if you didn't fight with her. I would be grateful if you tried it.